Okay, so I already marked the wings, the half wings and flying wings. I'm going to cut like 4.5 flying wings. Two of them it will be like this white styrofoam, and the other 2.5 it will be like in this more denser foam. I don't know what kind of foam is that. It's extruded and injected or something like that. Anyway, these are two densities, and I'm going to do like 4 halves on each. Now on this one, because the stock sheet, it's 1.2 meters, I will have like 2 complete wings and a half wing. On the white one, this comes on 1 meter by 60 centimeters, so that those extra 20 centimeters, I don't have it to cut another half wing, so it doesn't really matter. But well, I have 2 of them. Now I already like marked. In the white one I just okay, I forgot this and I put it under. We're just chewing on it. Okay, so I cut half of wing, which is this, and this will go like this with the other one, and I will have on like 1 meter wingspan, a flying wing. Now these measurements here that like sweep back and the core, the tips, over time I just found out that these are okay for what I'm doing, so I'm doing it like that. Now for the one, if someone wants to do this is 26 centimeters, this is 13.5 centimeters, and the sweep back is like 21. I had it here. That it's, I think it's, I don't know, I have to look at it. Okay, the sweep back is 21.5 centimeters. Now this is a thing that I kind of like, it's a web where you can go and see this the CG and things like that. So I just make a print screen to have it on handy. Now what I'm going to do right now is just power the machine and cut it off. So first I am going to cut it to this line here. This way I'm going to figure out the speeds for cutting and things like that in this material, because these materials, they have different densities, so according from where you buy it, you always have to make like test and see how it works. Now I found out that with a feed of 50 millimeters on minute, it goes okay. 50 millimeters on minute and 1.7 amps. So I just hit down. Oof. Okay, stop, reset. Stop, reset. Okay, I did. Now I have it here. If I don't click this button here, the motor does not start. So yeah. Anyway, wire is hot, motors are on, and when I will give it a go, it will go like 5 centimeters down at a speed of 50 millimeters on minute, and with 1.7 amps. So this will cut it like the way I suppose is best. This is a cut speed, so this cut speed I'm going to something. Now this cut speed I am going to put it into the Zagi cut. I have it here, so to generate the code. So cut speed it's 10, I'm going to put 50, and fast speed, I think my machine goes up to 300, but I'm going to put like 270. That way I'm not going to have like missing steps and things like that. And it's down. Now, and I have like a clean cut. Now I'm going back to the Gerber hot wire and change the speed to 300. I'm going to leave like 50 milli distance, but I'm just changing feed rate and I'm give it. So this way I'm just lifting weight like 10 times faster the wire. So just putting the wire to the marked line. This doesn't really have to be perfect. Well, I mean, the accurate it is, well, the easy it will be. The accurate that I cut it right now, the easy it will be for me down on the road. So, but doesn't really have to be very accurate. And is changing the speed once more and down. Now the cut on its herself is like the cut on itself is like 1 millimeter, 1.5 millimeters. So when I'm going into jetty cut, I'm just going to put that here. I put it on the tip, on the root I put it 1 millimeter, and on the tip I put it 2 millimeters. That because on the tip the wire will go like slower and it will melt more material. So yeah, the tip is just smaller and it will go slower than the root. So okay. And this is like scrap material. I want to do like some tests on this. And this is like 2 blocks for a wing, which I'm going to cut the core out. And these are the other 2 wings. Now this cut here that you see, it will be like, I'm gonna cut that, and after that I'm gonna cut it like to there, because well, that's like this sheet was like 60 centimeters, and I just want to build a wing, a Zagi wing that goes 1 meter, so just cut that 10 centimeters off. But I mean, this is one that will happen to that one there, and see you in a bit. Okay, so right now I'm cutting this the denser foam, and now what I found out with this foam that it goes like well with like 2.2 amps and a speed of 50 millimeters on 1 minute. So I got a few of those. Now that big sheet is not there anymore, and this I'm just cutting it right now. So yeah. Okay, so I finished the 5/2 of the denser foam, which is like 2 wings and a half, 2 flying wings and a half, and the 4/2 of the white foam. And right now it's like they have the same shape, but I'm going to cut that. I'm going to make the Gerber code and put it into machine and cut it like I need it, like it's needed. So yeah. Now in JD, I like to use JD code for generating the code. Now JD code, it's a little tricky to work with because it has a lot of settings, and you can tweak one thing, another thing, and lots of things. And obviously, it's not just straightforward. But once you get ahead of it, it's a nice tool and a nice free tool to use. Now, first, what I need to do here is just put the dimension of my machines, length of the wires. Well, this is not 800. Probably this was like default settings when I install it. Mine is 650 millimeters, and length of the how much back it goes the towers. Well, that's like 700 millimeters, I think, in my machine. So I'm going to apply that. Okay, so I'm just going to explain that what this is. Okay, so the length of the wire, it's what it says, the length of the wire. Now, the length of the wire, it's starting from where it pivots, from here on one side and on the other side. In my case, that is 65 millimeters. Now, in this machine, in my machine, well, the length of the wire is 65 millimeters, but I only can put 60 millimeters between the towers because, well, I have this wheel here that goes like in front of the where you hook the wire. Anyway, in this case, doesn't really matter for me because I have those wings are cut it at 500 millimeters, so it's the length of the wire it's bigger. Now the other that I put it there, the x-axis, it's like all these like the slide, how much the towers go back and forward. In my case, I think it's like 750 millimeters or something like that. Yeah, 75 centimeters. I'm not going to use that either because at this That's less important in my case. In the case of cutting this kind of wing or these wings, because that's less important, because you are only just going to use like a small amount, like 30 centimeters. You can have like 4 meters here. You're only going to use like the first 30 centimeters. But the other one, the later wire, it's very important, because, well, the tower will go, will make the cut, will make the cut according to that length. So yeah, that's important to have it like well figured out. Now, I just put 600 and 700. I can put 750, and I'm gonna hit OK. So here it's where I'm going to put the wing on the table. So how I'm going to fill it up on this, and I'm just going to fill it up in the middle, because, well, I feel like that it's more easy. And the scale, it's like the wing, it's 500 millimeters. If I change this, it will just make it smaller, but in my case it's 500. Ooh. So yeah, okay, these are like the towers, so I'm going to check that. Okay, now you have to make here the right and the left wing. They are cutting by separate. You have to generate 2 Gerber files. Each wing has to have his own Gerber file. That way, because it will enter the wire, it will enter here, it will go around, it will get out, go up, and after that it will go under, and like that. You have like another software that just goes from the tail and go around, and just in one cut it's doing all the job. But I don't really like that, because on the leading edge it makes like a bow, and I don't like that, and I find it way more difficult to work with. So this is the tip. I don't have to put it like that. This is just for reference here. So yeah, now here it's how the cuts will go on the block of foam. Now, okay, I'm going to explain another thing before. Here, where it starts now within the cut-off cycle, we have these options here. I just took that up before. We had like more vertical cuts and horizontal cuts, but I just took that out, because I don't want to go like the machine to do unnecessary movements that it's slow and just consume my time with no reason whatsoever. So now I just want the machine to start cutting, which is when it's finished cutting, I just want the machine to go up in like speed mode, like more like cut fast mode, and horizontal fast mode, vertical fast mode, and the down part, cutting the down part in cutting mode. So when it's finished that, I just want the machine to stop. I don't really need to make this file with bigger for no reason. So now how I figured this out, it's the profile here. I put the wingtip. Okay, here you can look between the wing and the tail. Okay, so I'm going to save that. Okay, the way I put it now, this is 265 millimeter. I put it here like the profile, but the wing, the block that I'm cutting off, I'm going to cut it off. It's like only 260 millimeters. 5 millimeters, it will be like this. This tip here, which, well, doesn't really helps with that. I just have to trim it after that. So that way I'm just going to make the profile bigger, and it will just end up trimmed. And on the tip is like it's the same thing. This is 135 millimeters, and I think I just put 5 millimeters more. I'm just going to put like 127, because, well, this, if I put it proportional, it will be like this. Now what I know, this is creating the file, this is the cutting. Okay, this we've seen. Now this is the block of foam. I can put it here the way I want it to. Now the way this goes is, this is the height of the foam. In my case is 5 centimeters. Well, 50 millimeters, that's okay. And the width of the foam, well, in one part, in the part of the leading edge of the root, it will be like 260. So you see here, this tail will end up outside. Now, because I didn't put like any kind of I didn't put any kind of going up into the machine in the other side. Okay, let's see. Close. Cut preview. I didn't put here the, okay, this is the wing tip. I almost screwed up, so yeah. And I'm going to say that, so this way it will be right in the tip. This is how it has to be. Okay, and here says like starting weight. I'm just going to put it at 0, and release weight. I don't know what this is, but I think this is useless at this point, because I can now you have, if you want to put spars here, this is the time you do it. Okay, now here it's an important thing. This will go like backwards, like up, when I have it in now the leading edge will be this here, and the back of the wing, it's this here. Now I can put like offset sweep back, like I think they are 21.5 centimeters. No, and this is the wing I will end up with, but that will mean all these distances the machine will have to travel. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to leave this at 0, and the machine will think he will do this cut, but doesn't really matter, because I'm just going to move the towers in the right position for the starter. So the machine will think we'll do this cut, but actually, because I moved the tower previously, I will end up with this cut. So yeah, this way I'm not wasting time in just moving the towers and the wire and things like that, because this is time consuming. So when I have this like figured out, I just hit the cut button, it will pop this up and just okay. If nothing happens, that's okay, because well, in my case I will find the file, the jailbreak file here. So if I'm just going there, like users, and the Gerber file will have this weird name here, but because it's the time here, it's like 11:34, I'm just going to look for the file that was just generated, which is this one. So because I'm doing this in another machine, I'm just going to copy this and paste it into a flasher that I have. Go to the machine. Now I can do this with this computer, with this laptop, but well, it's way more easier. Yeah, well, I have to pull out the the Arduino. And just paste it. So yeah, I'm not going to bore you with that. So I have the file on this machine, okay, which is here. Now I need to upload this, which is on desktop. Okay, it says something about the axis. I don't know what that is, but well. I'm gonna figure it out what is that. I think I didn't put the axis right on this. So the axis, or on the other one, I don't know. I'm just going to play it and see what is happening. And just play. Continue, let's see. Okay, something with the axis. I'm sure I think it's this here, something like that. I just have to look it better. Okay, so eventually I had to make this sweep back because of the angle of the wire and what the motors should do. So I did that, and I had to change here this was like V axis, and I need to change it like with Z axis, because well, on the Gerber it's Z axis. So yeah, I hope this will work. So I'm just going to put it in the machine and see if that fixed the problem. Okay, so that worked. I upload the Gerber file. Just going to start the machine and see what is happening. I'm putting it like 10 centimeters up, so that will not. Okay. So I have this, and I just hit play, and it starts. Oh. This one doesn't really move. Okay, so that sweep back that I put it before, it will take a while until getting there. So I will probably I don't know how I'm going to fix that. I'm not just going to wait. I will probably put like an entrance, and that will do it. Okay, I'm going to fix that and came with another video. Okay, so what I did here, I just put like 2 entrance points, and one of these I think it will be bigger than the other one, so they are razor count, both of them. No. Yeah, well, I think I have to play with this here. Razor count. So this means that one it would just be there, and the other one it will just back to the back. So I hope this will fix it. Okay, so I just changed the computer because that one just for I wanted to test something if it works, and this one, well, now I don't know how to trick the computer and not do this anymore. So he start straight from here. I'm sure it's a setting for this, but I don't know which one it's that right now. So I'm just going to leave this like this because I don't have any more time to look for it right now, and look at it like in a few years. Thank you for watching. Bye.